What's going on, everybody? How you doing? We are on part 2 of this Rush 2012 Vapor Trails interviews. Part 2. Checking out part 1. That was it's at this point on that basically there are no Neil interviews for the most part, right? It's basically just Alex and Geddy going out and doing them, right? Is that my understanding? So I imagine that this is going to be just those two guys again. Yeah, we'll see. I think this is a totally different interview. That's where I split off. So anyways, let's get into this. Let's check it out. Bam.
It must be kind of fun to sort of be sitting here and like old buddies be able to, talk about your music and just sort of have fun. Like, I imagine it was like when you first started.
That hum is terrible.
Kind of. I think, though, we speak a little better than we did when we first started out. Yeah, it's fun to listen. We're great friends, and we've been doing this for a long time together. So it's kind of amazing in a way that we're still friends, number one, and still able to have some perspective on what we do, and still able to do what we do and be as excited about it.
You first came together, I think it was 1969. So I'm imagining that there must have been some bumps along the way, times where maybe the band, you were going to break up or something. I don't know. Was it?
This is going to be a rough interview,
huh?
September
18th.
With the hum? Oh boy.
That Rush was born? The first show.
The first show that we did. Certainly there were times...
You're not holding on to that, though, are you?
No, I'm not. Certainly times where things were difficult. But when we were 2 or 3 years into the band, there was a period where we were playing high school dances, and there was very little work, and certainly no work in the summer. And unfortunately, the drinking age got lowered, and suddenly there was 6 days of work a week. So that was really a major turning point. And that also provided us a chance to really write more material and have more material to play. Rather than playing 2 sets, we were playing 4 or 5 sets.
Damn.
But of course, there are ups and downs throughout
that
long period of time.
We've had times, when we were touring that were very difficult.
Difficult in what way?
Well, I would say in the mid to late 70s, we were away from home a lot. We were touring. We were a support band primarily at that time. I remember when we did our 3rd record, Dress of Steel, it was kind of a strange record, so it didn't achieve commercial success very readily, and the quality of our shows, the types of venues we were playing was drastically going in the wrong direction, and that was a particularly tough time for us to try to stick with it. But we did, and we got through it, and our next record became very successful, so kind of revived us.
Rush is so successful all around the world, not just in Canada, and you had the success in the late 70s, early 80s. How do you reflect on what's going on now when you see bands like Nickelback, meeting with success south of the border, and you guys really sort of were part of the pioneers?
Things are quite different now than they were back then. It was very difficult for a Canadian act to get over the border and really do something concrete. And for us, it was a very slow process. We played a lot. We opened shows where we played 15 minutes or 20 minutes on 6 feet of stage, and there was a lot of that for many, many years. And the progress was very slow and deliberate. Canada now is much more open. Nickelback has enormous success. It's not overnight with them either. They've been around for a while and they've worked hard. But it's easier for bands, I think, to get that kind of attention that we maybe worked hard for. Not to say that they don't work hard.
Yeah, but the other thing too is, bands like, before us there was the Guess Who, and there was Bachman Turner, and these bands were pop bands.
Right.
And we were not a pop band. I think we were the first band from Canada, or at least one of the early bands, that tried to make it without the benefit of a pop single. We didn't have any, commercial songs like that. We were just a strange hard rock band from Canada.
Yeah.
And so if you have that on your side, I think it's a lot easier to break through. Otherwise, you have to do as Alex described. You have to the road.
Slog it out.
You have to grind it out.
Yeah.
And so we're, the last of the grinders, so to speak.
Nicely put. Oh, it's been 5 years, probably close to 6 years since your last record. I imagine that there's a reason why you chose to put this album out now, or why you needed the time.
Well, there were a number of difficulties in the personal
Oh God.
with Neil Peart, our drummer. But, quite tragic.
Oh,
and
God.
led to an extended time away from.
They're
work.
so nice.
And now it's a time.
I
that
feel like she would have
he's
been
feeling
slapped already.
much better about
Jesus
his life
Christ.
and feels like he's got his life.
I knew it was going to be a rough interview.
And as his friends, we were happy to welcome him back and to try to make a record together in a way that was comfortable for him and helped pick up kind of where we left off.
And for your fans that are, waiting to run out and buy your CD when it comes out on the 14th, how would you describe to them what this record is like?
Well, the record's very powerful, passionate, intense. It's one of the heavier records that we've made in a while.
I would say it's kind of a celebration in a way, a return of spirit, and I'm pretty proud of it. It's a lot of music. It's about 68 minutes worth of music on the record. It's action-packed.
And do you ever get tired of being rock gods? Do you ever think, I don't want to do this anymore?
Yeah, we get up in the morning and look in the mirror and go, rock gods. I don't think so.
Go to the office, to the rock god office, and be a rock god. I'm so exhausted.
I don't think we think about that.
Yeah,
kind of
right.
thing,
But when you walk down the street, tell me you don't have people constantly just,
God.
oh my God,
Oh,
it's
God.
Geddy Lee.
God.
Oh my God.
Well, I often hear, Lifeson, where's my $20?
This is,
That's
Well,
kind of nice.
do you hear that?
You.
Yeah, of course, people recognize us, and it comes with the territory. But,
Right.
It doesn't prevent you from getting on with your day or walking the
Yeah.
dog, and and after all this time, I think we're able to put it in perspective.
But you don't get tired of it. You don't think, I'm
But people are generally pretty nice,
Yeah.
and if you treat them nicely back, it's a very short encounter, so
Right.
it's not problematic.
I know you're held up. You're really held up by many fans,
Mhm.
who
Yeah.
really just, really enjoy you as a band. And it must be, I don't know, I imagine it's kind of fun to be able to think, it's been 30 odd years and this is great. We're going on strong, especially when so many bands come and go.
Yeah, it's true. I'm proud of the fact that we've been able to maintain our current status, as opposed to these bands that disappear and come back, and it's a big comeback tour and all that kind of thing. I've always viewed us as a band that's still active and still trying to write new material and still trying to break down barriers and improve. And I am very proud of that.
all right. Cool. Proverbial slap, not literal. I don't condone any violence. Seriously, though. Okay, anyways. That was my disclaimer. Yeah, that was a little rough. Beginning with the hum, and then just like, some interviewers, some people, you just knew by the questions. You're just like, oh, boy. Oh, no. Oh. Yeah, so, yeah. That's how that interview went. I feel like I like the first one better. But yeah, cool. Okay, so what are we doing tomorrow? I don't know, but I think you're gonna have to find out, because I'm not gonna tell you. You're just gonna have to find out, and you're gonna have to be either happy or very upset, and take it or leave it. All right, guys. Thank you. I'll catch you in the next video.